If you have been looking to launch your online course, but you don't know where to start or how to get it out into the world, well then you're in for a treat. I'm going to be sharing today about how one of my clients who's a relationship coach launched her online course using Kajabi in just 7 days. Yep, you heard me right. In just 7 days. I want to share these strategies and tips with you to see if they might help you to be able to do the exact same thing. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Hey there, Corporate Misfits. Brittany Darrington here, and welcome to the Corporate Misfit Club channel, where we help coaches, consultants, and course creators to build a freedom-bound business, sharing their expertise with the world and creating automation. So before we dive into learning all about how one of my clients actually launched her online course in just 7 days on Kajabi, I want you to check out my 4-phase framework to help you to launch your online course in no time. I walk you through how you can get started with the pre-launch, the pre-launch, the actual launch, and then the post-launch so that you can launch effectively and see success. You can download that below. Also, if you enjoyed today's video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe. All right, so how did my client launch in 7 days? How did they get their course out into the world? How did they make their sales page, their checkout, and all that other kind of stuff? Well, I want to dive into it and also take you behind the scenes so you can see some of the different pages and things that were created by my team in order to help her do just that. So my client, who is a relationship coach and also a therapist who helps women to find intimacy in their relationships as a mom and as a woman who might be newly married and so much more, just helping them to be able to really find that intimacy within their relationship. But one of the things that she found was that she was trading time for money by only helping one person at a time. And she wanted to start helping the masses and being able to create more of a group coaching setting online outside of her actual therapy sessions. So that's where my team came in. We came in to help basically execute this build out so that she can be able to share her expertise online with the world and also touch more people outside of just her actual therapy community. So one thing that we did, because a lot of people like to make this super complicated, is that we focused on creating something called a founder's launch. A lot of people like to have this big launch that creates so much money and revenue, and it takes up a lot of time and energy. It can take anywhere from 6 months to a year to create these types of launches. But one of the things that I found that worked the best, especially for just getting started, is to create a founder's launch. This is where you are going to basically reach out to your audience and you're going to let them know that you recently created an online course or a membership or a coaching program, and you're looking for a certain number of people to join this program so that they can participate, give feedback, purchase, all of that good stuff. But ultimately, it allows you to improve and make things better. So this is first round of your actual course. A lot of people like to call this a minimal viable product, but this is also called a founder's program so that people can come in, they try things out, they give you their feedback, and ultimately you improve along the way. Now, in this founder's course, what we found was that when we did it this way, it allowed for my client to be able to approach this to people who have been asking for more resources and wanting to learn more about how they can take things to the next level outside of her actual therapy sessions. And this was a great opportunity for her to present this to them first. Now, a lot of people get this confused. They think just because it's a founder's program, you don't charge for it. Well, that's not always the case. In a founder's program, you are going to actually charge for the program. But one thing I like to do is charge about 30% less than what you would normally charge to the world when it's at regular price, because this allows you to better understand, is your pricing in alignment, is the topic of what you're focused on in alignment, and allows you to make those tweaks and changes as needed. So if you're looking to get started in a couple of days and you don't have months to years to create your online course, I recommend getting started with a founder's program. Okay, so the second thing my client did to be able to launch in 7 days using Kajabi is she didn't make it complicated. Now, one thing that my team and I do whenever we're looking at the overall project of what someone is looking to accomplish, we try to figure out the most simplest way to launch your course without you pulling your hair out along the way. Now, there's a lot of work involved, but instead of going into complicated funnels or making things extremely complicated where we had upsells, downsells, and sales pages that went to a whole nother thing and a checkout that then led to an upsell where it got really overwhelming and keeps a lot of people from ever launching, we kept it simple. So we created a sales page. The sales page was pretty easy for her to write and actually come up with copy because she talks about this specific thing within her actual therapy sessions. So instead of talking to one person, now she's talking to the masses, and it was easier for her to write out how she's going to help you accomplish to have intimacy within your relationship. And so as we're going through the framework portion of building out your sales page, we were able to create a sales page in a day because she knew exactly what she was talking about. So it's important for you to know who you're serving, what your goal is, what result and transformation you want for your client. So then when you're writing your sales page, it's so much easier for you to do. In addition to that, we made a simple checkout. We made the actual course. And one thing that we focused on was we can improve later. So if there are changes that needed to be made, or if there was things that we needed to adjust along the way on the sales page or the checkout, we can do that later because this is considered a founder's launch. That means it's okay if things aren't perfect, and it's okay to improve along the way. So we kept things simple. We didn't have everything complicated and jumping from one platform to another. Now, the third thing we did to launch this course in 7 days is we used one platform. And that was Kajabi. Now, a lot of people like to use like 25 different platforms and like to duct tape things together. So I want to use ClickFunnels, I want to use Kajabi, I want to use ActiveCampaign, I want to also use a different checkout like Sam's Cart. And those are all really great products. But one thing I find that so many of my female coaches and course creators run into is technology. They're trying to figure out where everything is, they're troubleshooting. And when you're troubleshooting and trying to figure out where all of your products are and how they work and how to make sure that everything's working effectively and efficiently whenever your customers are going through your actual checkout journey, well, that can create a headache. So in order for her to launch in that 7 days, it made it easy for us to do it on Kajabi because everything was connected. So whenever we had a sales page, it was easy for us to connect to the checkout page. The checkout page immediately connected to our thank you page. Our thank you page then connected straight to our members library, which then led to the actual course portal. So it allowed for us to keep everything in-house, and it made it super easy to test, which is something that you can do on your own when you're using platforms like Kajabi. Now, I know you can customize your courses and you can utilize some of the other cool, amazing features like WordPress or customize things. But if you want to keep things simple and you want to get things out into the world and stop creating this long drawn out course project, well, then I recommend that you jump onto Kajabi, and you can check it out by checking the link below where I have a trial as well as some amazing resources to help you get started on this platform in no time. Okay, so now we want to take you behind the scenes so you can see some of these different pages that we created and what you can do in order to get your course up and going in no time. Now, one thing I want to reiterate is that it took a lot of work to actually get to this launching place. We had to record lessons, we had to write sales page copy, we had to also design the sales page, create the thank you page, create the checkouts, also design the course. Now, it did take a lot of time. I want to be upfront about that. But one thing that I know is true is that you can do it as well. There's nothing magical about what we did. We just focused, we put our head down, and we made a game plan before we actually executed. And that's how that build out came about. So if you have been looking to launch online, to put your course or your coaching program or your membership out into the world, well, then you definitely want to check out these pages because it's going to help you to be able to do the same thing. So let's go ahead and go behind the scenes and take a peek at what pages we created in order to get up and going in just 7 days.
Okay, so now we're behind the scenes and looking at the actual sales page so you can, again, get some inspiration and ideas of what to do for your launch and how you can do it quickly, whether it's a founder's launch or a full-on launch, just not being held where you are holding up your launch for months, years, all of that kind of stuff. I see that happen all the time. So here's the sales page. Again, we focused on keeping it really simple, getting just the information that we know is the framework and being able to come back and revamp this and change this if need be. So here's the sales page. And basically after someone goes through the sales page, they make a decision and they're like, yes, this is me. This is what I want. They can choose between the payment options. If they were to go to buy now, Boom, what happens after that? It goes straight to the checkout. This is all Kajabi, so you can see how it's easily just connecting. So this is the checkout. And then if for any reason someone wants to go with the other one, we created 2 checkouts. Immediately after someone goes through these checkouts, they're then brought to a thank you page. The thank you page gives you next steps on what to do and how to access your portal. From there, it goes straight into the actual login page where people can now log in and be able to use this platform. And then it goes into their library, which then leads them to their product. And now here's the product where you can learn more about the course and actually start accessing the modules and the content and whatnot. So as you can see, it is extremely easy for someone to get up and going in no time, being able to create their login pages, their landing pages, their checkouts, and then just getting their course up. When you're using platforms like Kajabi, it makes it a lot easier for you to do just what it is you're trying to do. So I hope that this helps in case you're trying to figure out what pages you need to create, how you need to create it. These are the 4 pages that were created and ultimately the product that was created so that you kind of have an idea of how to do it. And if you're looking to use Kajabi, again, we have some cool, amazing resources for you where we have some pre-designed pages. So let me just hop to our website and check this out. You go to Kajabi and automatically you're going to get some cool templates. These templates are already pre-designed, so all you have to do is plug them into your actual Kajabi template, which will walk you through how to do exactly that, and then you're able to utilize those pages in no time. So all you have to do is just come to this page, click trial, and then you'll be able to access some of the templates that we have designed for you that are ready for you to use in no time.
Hey Corporate Misfits, thank you so much for watching today's video. Make sure you hit subscribe and also give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time on some of our upcoming videos.